A long time ago, I had a professor in history that came with the saying, to know where you are going, you need to know where you're coming from. And this is applicable in both history, science, theology, or even if you are going hiking with a map. You know to where you are to know where you are going. 3,000 years ago, the Hebrews knew this. This is a story about King David, his reign and legacy, part 1. Welcome to Leah's Bible Babble. Why did I say just about the Hebrews? Well, they and many other scholars both before and after them knew the importance of having a good background story for one of the good guys. The story of David begins actually a half a chapter before his encounter with Goliath. Through the text, you learn that he is the youngest of 8 brothers and who his father is. He comes from a simple background where he takes care of sheep until he gets the opportunity to fight the giant warrior. The king back then is Saul, and he gets his eyes upon David and in some form take him under his wings and even make David his squire, later commander over his army. Well, this would be a mistake from Saul's part. But to start with looking at the texts. In 1 Samuel chapter 16, line 23, there's something interesting. And this is my translation. Every time the Spirit of the Lord came and plagued Saul, took David his lyre and played. Saul got a lighter mood. He became at ease and the evil spirit left him. I think we can all agree upon that the right type of music can change the mood of those who listen. But I wonder if Saul could have had some kind of sickness like epilepsy. Either way, he could calm down thanks to David's music. David became extremely popular as a commander and is successful in every mission he gets. Saul gets jealous and he even utters, only the power of the king is lacking. And even though he sends David on suicidal missions, he survived them all. Saul interpreted them as the Lord was with David at all times, so he changes strategies. If you can't kill them, join them. Saul offers his oldest daughter to David. At the beginning he agrees, but he will be married to one of Saul's other daughters than the one that was planned from the start. And the dowry? 100 foreskins from the Philistine, grown up, preferably from the Philistine's army. Ouch. David finds an ally in Saul's son, Jonathan. And Jonathan would actually save his life more than once. David escapes several attempts to take his life and seeks refuge in different places. The climax comes when David spares Saul's life in a cave in chapter 24. And in line 21 in that chapter, Saul tells him he will be king of Israel. I will not talk about all the other wars and battles that David gets involved with, but at the same time, there's a proof that times moves on. Eventually, Saul will die by his own hand instead of become a casualty of war, and along him his sons and squires in chapter 31. David is often described as tall, beautiful eyes, and slender and blonde hair. But why? He stood out from the crowd. The Middle Eastern people are light, dark-skinned, often brown or black hair and brown eyes. David was the opposite of this. Now, here comes a theory of mine. Dispute me in the comments or agree with me. But here it comes. Well, it is established that the people that later will be known as the Vikings sailed the rivers of Europe. And they got to the Black Sea. And from there it's not far to the Middle East. And how did these Scandinavians look like? Tall, blonde, and light-skinned. Coincidence or not? What do you think? There's nothing right or wrong here. Just let me know in the comments. So first conclusion about David. He knows how to treat animals. He knows his way around music. He writes texts, poems, and hymns that will stand the test of time, and he has good looks that had no problem with the ladies. But the last one, he gets him in trouble more than once time, and that is for the next episode. The first book of Samuel, from chapter 16 and onwards, is written like an adventure story. Most of the time, there is a good mood, even if horrible things are happening. Sometimes the chapters are very detailed, and sometimes they're just broad strokes to drive the story forward. And in some cases, even explanatory, like to this day and so forth. There are known facts that Saul died approximately 3,000 years ago, or 1,000 before Christ. But who and when the story was written down is unknown. So this ends the first part of King David, and I hope I'll see you soon again for the next episode. Bye!